symbol of a woman, symbol of the womb. In architecture, architectonic just means pertaining to the principles of architecture. Almond. This is the illustrated encyclopedia of traditional symbols. Almond, virginity, the self-productive, the yoni. Here it is, self-productive, the yoni. Conjugal happiness. It is also the Vesica piscis, which in art surrounds virgin queens of heaven. Surrounds Mary, Artigatus, Semiramis, Inanna, all the queens of heaven. It's also called the Mandari, or Mandari. As the first flower of the year, the blossom is Awakanar. These, hence it depicts watchfulness. It also represents sweetness, charm, and delicacy. Chinese feminine beauty, fortitude, and sorrow, watchfulness. In the Christian, divine favor and approval. That's what the almond means in Christianity. The purity of the virgin. Hebrew, it means skiked, to waken and watch. In Iranian, the tree of heaven. Phrygian, the father of all things. Spring, it is associated with the birth of Attis, the almond having sprung from the male genitalia of the androgynous Cybele. Back to another god again. Vesica piscis is this is another definition from an illustrated encyclopedia of traditional symbols. Vesica piscis, an upright oval or almond, also an oval. It represents the womb. A shape often surrounding a sacred figure. It is produced by two intersecting circles and basic figure in sacred geometry. It's also the MANDORLA, another name for the same thing, the almond, the Vesica piscis, the womb. Man, it's just on and on. It's all the same thing. The MANDORLA. This came from Illustrated Encyclopedia of Traditional Symbols. Also, MANDORLA, the Vesica piscis, or Ichthus. Remember that name, Ichthus. It's going to come back up again. Another god, Ichthus. The almond-shaped aureola, the mystical almond, which depict divinity, holiness, the sacred, virginity, the vulva. It also denotes an opening or gateway, and the two sides represent the opposite poles and all duality, white and black, good and evil, up and down. That's duality. That's why you see the Masons, checkerboard floors, white and black. It's duality. It's both sides of the spectrum. The MANDORLA is also used to portray a flame, signifying the spirit, or a manifestation of the spiritual or soul principle. It also represents the up triangle, the triangle that faces up. Is also the fire triangle, the male triangle, actually. Okay, moving on. Also, another definition, a cave. A cave is a symbol of the universe, and omphalos, sounds like phallus, doesn't it? The world center, the heart, the place of union of the self and the ego, the meeting place of the divine and the human. Hence, all dying gods and saviors are born in caves. Yes, there are many gods that are saviors, so they say, are born in caves. Inner esoteric knowledge. Inner esoteric knowledge. The inner esoteric knowledge means hidden. It's hidden knowledge. It's hidden knowledge. When you see a saint in a cave, when you see something inside a cave, a cross in a cave, that means there's hidden knowledge there. It's something that you don't know. That which is hidden. A place of initiation. They initiate in the cave. And the second birth. The cave is also the feminine principle, the womb of the Mother Earth, and her sheltering aspect. It is both a place of burial and rebirth, of mystery, increase, and renewal, from which man emerges, into which he returns at death. In the stone sepulchre, this emergence associates the cave with the cosmic egg. The cave is closely related to the symbolism of the heart, as the spiritual and initiatory center of both the macrocosm and the microcosm. Both the cave and the heart are symbolized by the effeminate downward pointing triangle. The mountain is the masculine principle, visible and external, and is represented by the upward pointing triangle, while the cave within the mountain is the feminine, hidden, and closed. Both are cosmic centers. The cave, being part of the mountain, shares its axial symbolism. The initiation ceremonies most frequently took place in the cave as symbolic of the underworld and the sepulchre where death took place. Death worship. I said that, death worship took place prior to rebirth and illumination. Illumination, hidden knowledge, secret knowledge. Illuminating. Lucifer, the light bearer, the illuminated one. As a place of initiation, it was also a secret place, the entrance to which was hidden from the profane. You are the profane. You don't know what's going on. You just following. So you are the one they consider the profane because they know what's going on. They know who they worshiping, and they telling you we all worship the same God. And you are the profane because you have no idea. Stop being a profane. That's why I'm doing this, so you're not profane. Hidden from the profane by a labyrinth or dangerous passage, often guarded by some monster or supernatural person, and entry could only be gained by overcoming the opposing force. Entering the cave is also re-entry into the womb of Mother Earth. As with cave burials, passing through the cave represents a change of state, also achieved by overcoming dangerous powers. The cave is often the place of the sacred marriage between heaven and earth, king and queen, etc. The Helios Gamos, the Amyrdidian, the worlds are symbolized by a series of caves, one above the other. Celtic, the way of entrance to the other world. Chinese, the cave is the feminine yin principle, and the mountain as the yang. See, it's the same thing no matter where you go. We just read that. Hindu, the heart, the center. The cave of the heart is the dwelling place of Atma. Mithraic worship and initiation took place in a cave in which there were flowers and springs in honor of Mithras, father and creator of all. The cave reproduced in miniature the universe he had created, and the Platonic, the world in its obscurity and illusion. Okay, now the yoni, symbolized by the U. It can be the up U, it can be the down U. The U upside down is the feminine, receptive, passive principle, with the linga as the masculine and active. Linga also represents the goddess Shiva. It is a handheld or decorative phallic. It is also symbolized by all that is hollow, receptive or concave. This stuff, who could make this stuff up, man? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Okay. Now we're going to go into the architecture of the church. The doors represent the wombs. They also represent the phallic. These things have multiple meanings. All signs and symbols have layers of meaning. So I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. If I name one or two, if you see more, leave a message. Hey, I don't know everything. They have multiple meanings, 3, 4, 5 meanings. The Gothic architecture symbolized the yoni, and it did so with a newer and more complete development of the yoni than the Ionians themselves possessed. The yoni is often figured as an ellipse point at both ends, or as an ellipse pointed above and circular below. However, in architecture, it was practical to use it with a pointed top and a square bottom. And as such, it is used in church doors and windows.